You know the vibes. www.daymcomic.com, DAYMCOMIC.com. Click the link below. Order your comic books right now. They're dropping in a few months. Don't be without one.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Instagram. Thought we would get everything going here a little bit before we invited my friend Phil, and just want to make sure that everyone can hear me and all that stuff. So I'll pop into my request here, or maybe I should wait for a second. So basically, tonight we're dealing with. I'll wait for a second. Here we go. So tonight we're dealing with probably the most anticipated episode of Heels that we've had in our short history. Certainly, if you're a wrestling fan, it's probably the most anticipated one. Also, just so you know, we deal with some very, very, very serious subject matter tonight, and I know that there's a message that we put either before the credits or after the credits, but nonetheless. It's pretty good. So I'm glad everyone can hear me. I'm glad that we've got stuff. We're gonna have my friend Phil Brooks, aka CM Punk, come in a minute, and he and I are just gonna shoot the shit, frankly, and take a few questions if we can recognize them because they're coming in fast and furious right now. But just overall, just discuss life, acting, pro wrestling. What it's like to be Phil in the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, basically the World Wrestling landscape right now. I almost said World Wrestling Federation right now. So, boy, I assume that we'll be able to get him. James says that Phil is in my friend, and frankly, I'm just watching me. He just messed up, right? Because I'm just gonna request him to come live and see what happens. And CM is asking for help. Look, see, there he is. That's not CM Punk. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing very well. Where are you in the world?
I am at home in Pittsburgh. You see the woods, man? It's just woods.
I see the woods.
I
see the woods.
Good old PA weather.
PA weather. Well, why do you think that Phil's not my friend? That's rude, frankly.
Well, because, I think he's more my friend.
All right.
You can only have one friend.
Okay. Well, can you do me a favor? Can you hop off?
I can talk to him and see if he'll come on with you.
Can you hop off of here? So, you know what? Hop off.
Okay.
Give him a call and see if he can hop on here, okay?
All right.
I appreciate
that for you.
Tell him to leave a comment. That's all he's got to do, man. That's all he's got to do.
I got you.
Okay.
I'll do that. You got
Thanks, James.
No problem.
Wow.
All right, don't say I never did nothing for you, baby.
Get out of here. I don't even know how to get rid of this guy.
You gotta get me off. You gotta send me off. How I end it?
I don't know. There it is. Thank you, James. No, you're still here, man. Okay, hang on. We'll get some more questions here in a second. Here, man. Well, you know what? Frankly, I don't know how to do that. Oh, here we go. Okay, remove. Okay, boom. There we go. We got boom. And then invite to join, and I'm going to invite. Boom. Oh my God, he needs the latest version of Instagram to be invited. Holy smokes. All right, well, this will work out eventually. And by the way, it's only 5:02. We're doing okay. For those who don't know, Phil's on the episode tonight, and he just couldn't have possibly been better to work with. Just fun guy, all around good fella, and eventually this will work. You just got to request to join live. Maybe we should have tested this in the beginning, because I did attempt to invite him just now. But if he leaves a comment here, then I'll be able to view requests. No bueno yet. Anyway, I hope that everyone's enjoying the show. Thanks, James. For everyone that's new to the world of professional wrestling or new to Starz in general, anything that you guys can do to help us spread the word. CM Punk is here. Anything you can do to help us spread the word, we really, really appreciate, because when you start a new show, it's just important to like get it out into the world. And yeah, that's it. Okay. View requests. Boom. Here he comes. Eventually. What's up, man?
I did it.
You did it.
I'm so stupid.
Oh, no, it's not just that. It's just that I requested for you to join, and it's like you need the latest version of Instagram. And
I just updated it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got a full flop sweat going right now. Is that?
Who knew?
Am I looking at werewolves and stuff like that behind you as we speak? Am I looking at werewolves?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
No. That's a you've got like a werewolf behind you.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and Michael Myers, Baby Yoda. That's scary. Very nice.
What is going
Okay,
on? Why
man.
is my phone dimming? Oh, and I have this. Where'd it go? For wrestling fans out there, I don't know. The urn. I don't know why I have it.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I am great. I am fantastic. How are you? I just saw you here in Chicago a couple days ago. It was a lot of fun. I hope everybody loves episode 3 tonight as much as I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It's heavy. It's a heavy episode.
It is a heavy. I wouldn't say that the Vicky rabies stuff is super heavy, but there are some heavy subject matters that we deal with, for sure. Hey, but let's begin there. Let's talk about just how, in general, how did you come to be on this show?
Oh boy. Well, luckily I know Michael Waldron. As you know, in this business, as hopefully most people know that are watching this, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Uh-huh.
Right? So Waldron, I wish I could say it was because of my acting acumen, but let's be honest, there was another Ricky Rabies and something happened where he left the production and they were in a jam. And Waldron called me up and he was like, "Hey, I really hope you can do this because I think you can help out a lot." And I was, I believe, on a plane, possibly either the next day or the day after that.
Yeah. And Bonnie Somerville, who plays Vicky Rabies as well. And it's just good overall experience. You got there, you had to quarantine, and I think the first time that I saw you was in a gym. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we just got to know each other. I'm impressed by you. You know that you stretch and warm up longer than I work out.
Yeah, well, I'm also older than you, and there's a lot more miles on this body.
Mileage. It's not the what's the word? It's not the it's not the something. It's the mileage. Something like that. Okay. Well, there it is. Okay, so let's also just chat briefly about the whole like Ricky Rabies character. And I know that you told this story before, but where did you take your inspiration for this? Because for people who don't know, well, I'll let you explain. Explain to me not just who inspired you when it came to this character, but who in the world of wrestling is Ricky Rabies?
So I was originally told Ricky Rabies is like a journeyman wrestler, which is fantastic. You know, I feel like the word journeyman gets a bad rap, right? Like people don't want to be called journeyman anything. I don't want to be a journeyman actor. I don't want to be a journeyman whatever. But what it is you've been around the block once or twice. You have a wealth of experience. So I have shared locker rooms with quite a few guys that reminded me of who Ricky Rabies was supposed to be. So heading into production, having conversations with Mike O'Malley and Waldron, they were very, very giving to me about, listen, you probably know this guy. You go ahead and you mold him however you want. You know, all the words were Waldron's, and I really just kind of was fortunate to be able to have the freedom to mold him into somebody that I felt comfortable portraying. So it wasn't really a stretch. I felt like I wasn't really acting. All I was doing was kind of imitating people that I know.
Well, I mean, the same thing sort of happens in acting. People say a journeyman. Well, a journeyman, like, you could be like a journeyman professional athlete. Well, you know what you have to be in order to become a journeyman?
Really
Initially, it's the same thing as it's the same thing as you'll come back. It's the same thing as in acting, people give a bad rap towards being typecast. But you know what you have to do in order to be typecast? You have to distinguish yourself doing a role in a way that makes people think of you in that role. Right? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So then you and I. It's not a big spoiler alert to say that we have a tussle in the ring tonight. But for those who haven't seen it yet, and you can, it's not just on tonight at 9 Eastern, 9 Eastern, 9 Central. It's on the Starz app. It's on Starz on Demand right now. Like, there's all the different ways you can go. I mean, if you're watching us right now, keep watching us. But otherwise, just go watch the show. It's not a stretch to say that you and I tussle, and that it's not really it's not Savage Steamboat WrestleMania 3. It's a little more gimmicky. Explain what sort of match we have tonight in your mind.
We have what I would affectionately call a walk and talk match, where both guys, both guys, Jack Spade and Ricky Rabies, are both accomplished wrestlers. They know what they're doing. They don't got to talk about it. They don't got to talk about anything. I think on the show they discuss what they're going to do as the finish, and then it's more of a let's go out there and just give the fans what they want. They let them kind of lead us, and that's exactly what happens. Jack is a little more than shocked at some of the parts of the entrance of the Rabies clan. And, I really thought production did a super job capturing what it's like live, like the atmosphere, everything, and the two wrestlers speaking to each other in the ring without being like too wink, wink, nudge, nudge, where like the camera's right here. So a lot of the audio picked up a lot of great stuff, and the action is great. And it's your basic Southern pro wrestling match. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy. That's all you need to do, man. Just go out there and listen to the crowd.
So after you shot this, obviously we not quite a spoiler to say that it's not the last appearance that you make on Heels this season, but just overall in general, just because I've used all the platitudes to describe our cast and our crew, but what was the experience like filming when we filmed during the pandemic? I think it was the early part of this year with the protocols and everything. What was your experience like with that?
I'm nothing short of fantastic. I was a new guy on the set, so kind of shoehorning. I've been there before, right? In any situation where you're the new guy, you're getting shoehorned into a group that's pretty tight knit already. You guys, I mean, my first day outside of quarantining myself in a hotel in Atlanta was walking into the gym. You were on set.
Yep.
But everybody who wasn't on set was in the gym working out. I mean, like getting after it. Like Kelly Berglund, Chris Bauer, James wasn't there because he trains at like 4 a.m.
Right.
But I'm Trey.
Everyone was there.
Everybody was there, and I was like, oh man, I'm walking in and like I'm the new guy, and I felt like freshman to high school. Like you're just kind of walking in and everybody knows each other. Everybody's got their inside jokes, and I just made sure to be polite and introduce myself to everybody. But everybody was like fantastic, like beyond fantastic. Welcome to the crew, welcome to the family. That sort of atmosphere, and then getting down and dirty and getting in the ring with everybody, and just seeing how hard everybody worked. I was like, oh, this is great. Like everybody here is not just happy to be here; they're there because they're super actors and powerhouses in their own right. And I just felt the synergy, just being able to be like, hey, how should I say this line? Or, I mean, my first day on set with you was
all the words.
Yeah,
all the words. Yeah.
it's just me rattling stuff off, and like it's a little more than slightly intimidating, you know, like working with you and Alexander. And like I said, you guys have been on set, you guys have been in it, and then here's the new guy. Like, I just didn't want to screw up my lines and have like you guys be like, oh, he sucks, you know what I mean? Like,
No, come on.
fortunately I didn't do that.
No,
but, I
you
mean,
didn't.
just a great experience. And watching the episodes after reading the scripts and being able to see everybody that I made friends with bring characters to life, it makes my heart swell. Like, how good was Trey in that last episode when he's on the water tower calling his parents?
Good.
Like, what? Like, fuck you, Trey. Like, you're good.
Okay,
You know?
well, I mean, and keep it in mind that's the episode that we screened in Chicago on Thursday night.
Oh
That's the
shit,
episode.
that's our tonight.
No. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's your first rookie move in the acting industry right there. There you go.
Spoiler.
Oh gosh, and also so people know, the wrestling that I do, the Jack Spade versus Ricky Ribby's match that I have tonight, is the first wrestling that I did in the show after injuring myself in the latter part of 2020. And of course the producers were understandably nervous, and I just said, I don't entirely think you guys understand who you put me in the ring with, in terms of like someone who can take care of me, someone who is just going to make sure that, I mean, we do an inverted atomic drop at one point, and they were super nervous about it. And I'm like, guys, I don't think you understand. How did you think, just for me, how did the flare punch swinging at air face plant play?
I thought it played great. I thought everything was good because you didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, you told me you wanted to do that, and you did it in a way that I didn't think you were going to do. So it's just like you kind of, anytime anybody can take something that everybody knows and they put their own twist on it or make it their own, it makes it better.
Well, thank you for that. But my own twist was that I was too afraid to take the direct face plant, so I went to a knee first.
You're already a worker, brother. It's like all those old timers. They used to like roll instead of bump. Now you know why. It's because the rings are hard. Yeah.
Have you? There's an injury in the match tonight that causes us to cut it way short. I'm sure that over the years you probably have too many to list of injuries that you suffer in the ring, but any that really took something and changed what it was going to be.
So complicated answer. I think, unfortunately, most wrestlers, myself included, I was probably the stupidest. I think if you get hurt in the ring, there's this very horrible old school attitude of you have to finish the match.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And if you look at pro sports, you know, you look at anything else, like if a guy gets hit in the head with a fastball, take him out of the game.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, in wrestling, which it's completely backwards, because, you know, the crowd knows that this isn't real. The wrestlers know, and it's the wrestlers who try to push upon everyone that, no, look how tough we are. This is real. When it can kind of backfire, and it can get ugly. And I've seen way too many people hurt, myself included, you know. So I really don't think I have a story where I did one thing in a match and I was like, oh, we gotta end this. Unfortunately, the way you're conditioned, the way my brain is if something ever happened to me in a match, I would be like, oh, okay, now I have to work at trying to hide this to get to where we need to go.
Well, look, the first Ring of Honor show that I ever did, I came in and I hit an RKO. It was my first time in the ring. It was also the first time that I'd ever done an RKO, and I went in, did it, came out, and turned to one of the young bucks. I'm sorry, I can't remember which one it was because I can't remember much at this point. And I said, are my ears bleeding, or is there steam coming off of them? And they said, no. Why? And I said, because I'm having difficulty feeling anything north of my shoulders right now. Like I can move, I have feeling in my extremities, but my neck is jacked up. And of course, this is a Ring of Honor show in San Antonio where I'm the fifth member or the sixth member of a 6-on-5 tag team match. And I could have very easily begged off to say nothing of the fact that I'm just there because I'm buddies with Cody and was trying to become part of the Bullet Club. But I stayed in. I kept going. It eventually feels better. And then after the match, I was in terrible shape.
Yeah, adrenaline will carry you through, fortunately, most of the time. Yes.
So speaking of adrenaline, I know that everyone's asked you about a couple of Fridays ago in Chicago and your return to pro wrestling and your AEW debut. I mean, is there anything about that night that you haven't spoken about in the press? Any little dribs and drabs? I know that I the next day saw Britt Baker, and she didn't know that you were going to name check her right at the beginning, and she was apoplectic. She was still sweating. It was amazing.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know I was going to name check Britt Baker either. So, I said this to you when I saw you a couple days ago here in Chicago, and I don't know if I've still fully processed it.
Yeah.
I watched it back once, gave me sweaty pits and made me all nervous. I don't like watching myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, really, like, honestly, like, gotta be the top night of my career.
Wow.
Like, easily, like, hands down.
Wow.
I've what I really like about it is the fact that I am nervous, the fact that I was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing for me now is getting in the ring. I'm gonna be a nervous wreck. I'm not gonna be able to sleep all week, just like I was leading up to. And part of the fun is knowing that, man, this is gonna be something special.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna give the fans something that they want to see, and I intend to do that again on September 5th. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just so overwhelming that I'm having a hard time processing it. You know what I mean? Like, my hometown, sold out United Center on a rumor, like ice cream bars, like, I'm back, and it's exciting. And to be nervous about that, and to, say thank you to the fans and give them some ice cream and just new t-shirt, new me, everything feels so great.
Well, that's fantastic, man. I mean, you and I, it's really, and here's a little inside story too. I mean, you and I had the conversation about whether or not you were ever going to come back, and you were, I don't think kayfabed me, but you were pretty ambivalent about it. And I just said, well, if you ever do, just shoot me a text, please, so I can try to be there. And then all of a sudden I get a text from you, and you're like, you gave me the date. And I've been out of the mix just because I've been doing press for heels and all that stuff. And I kept texting you back, what do you mean? And you wouldn't text me back. And finally I figured it out through rumor and innuendo and just your text that I said whatever the date was. And I was very, very close to being able to make it. And I couldn't at the last minute. And then I saw where I probably would have been, and you were hugging Frank the Clown, and I'm not over it as of yet. As of yet, I'm really not. Oh man. So this I guess a week Sunday, you're back in the ring going against Darby Allin. What is it? I mean, it must be exciting, and I think that everything that you said when you were in the ring, it certainly was from. I think it was really from the heart. Like, there just seems like there are a lot of guys that, young and old, established and up and coming, that you really want to get in the ring and mix it up with. Was that part of the allure of coming back?
Yes, 100%. Obviously, I think enough time's passed to where I'm almost out of the loop. I definitely know that there's people out there who are like, what was so special about this guy? And, like, trust me, like, I'm not the same CM Punk. Like, I work for a new company now, and there's no reason to have a chip on my shoulder, but it's still there. I'm still me. And I just see a lot of guys that have potential, Darby Allin, Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Brian Pillman Jr., his partner, Griff Garrison. Like, there's just so many. Britt Baker, like, I'm not going to wrestle Britt Baker, but I might ask her about a couple chip teeth I got.
I don't know about that. I think, what? I think, frankly, I think that we should get Jack Spade against Britt Baker. Jack Spade would totally do an intergender match. Because
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've met Britt, and anyone that would see us, stand side by side would be like, it could be a fair fight. I get you there. I get you there. Okay, well, all right. So I'm not going to keep you too long because you've given a great deal of your time, not just this past Thursday in Chicago, and getting on a plane during COVID and coming down and doing this, but today on Twitter and tonight with me. But you can check it out on Starz. I know that you want to promote stuff as well. You don't necessarily want to promote stuff, but tell people how they can watch tell people how they can watch you now in a professional wrestling ring as CM Punk and not Ricky Rabies.
So obviously my Instagram is at CM Punk. My Twitter is at CM Punk. I wrestle for a company called All Elite Wrestling, AEW.
Mm-hmm.
It's on TNT. You could follow all those lovely people. I love the people at TNT. They sent me like a care package. They were like, welcome to the family. I like charcoal soap to wash my sweaty pits. Whole thing's wild. Entire thing's wild to me. So Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central on TNT, we do a show called Dynamite. Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central. I do everything Central Time because I'm Chicago.
That's allowed, man. That's allowed.
We do a 1 hour show called Rampage, and it's great. It's a rotten time slot Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, but it's 1 hour. You get to see the best action. And then I will be wrestling live on a pay-per-view this coming Sunday, September 5th, here in Chicago, Illinois. And I think everybody should order the pay-per-view.
I'm certainly gonna. I'm either ordering the pay. I'm either gonna be somewhere deep in the heart of Texas watching it on pay-per-view, or I'm gonna find my way into that arena and come check it out in person.
Let me know.
I will. I'm working on it. Hey, Phil, I can't thank you enough. Not just from me, from the entire Heels cast and crew. In the cultural zeitgeist, and when we released the trailer, you sent a very, very simple tweet, basically giving it the stamp of approval, and that means as much in the world of professional wrestling coming from you as it does anyone. So from me to you, thank you. We appreciate you, my friend.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. It's a special show. It really is.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm watching every episode in real time as the fans are, and I did that by design, just because I don't like spoilers, and I wanna watch it and enjoy it just like everybody else. It's a great show, man.
Well, check it out tonight, guys. It's on the Starz app right now. It's on Starz on Demand, and it starts in about 24 minutes. Phil, thank you, everyone. I'm sorry that we couldn't get to your questions, but I swear to God, there's 4,000 of them coming in a minute.
It's a little hard.
It's a little hard. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Good luck this Sunday. I'll talk to you. I'll text you. Okay.
Text me.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And please check out my podcast at anchor.fm/AkariPress, or just type in Akari Press on your favorite streaming platform today.